is a good meal.
I think out of all of the meals you've cooked out here, this is the best.
I think it's because I've had practice.
It's also a good season.
What do you think you had?
So Wache Scottish Nakasan. So my name is Scott Iserhoff and I'm from Attawapska First Nation. Currently living here in Edmonton, Alberta, also known as the Misquachis Waskahagan, and I'm an Indigenous chef. I say I'm from Attawapska because that's where I feel the most home. But I also come from different places. One being my father's reserve, Moose River Crossing, but also where I grew up mainly in Timmins, Ontario. My mom kept asking me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I'll just be a chef, right? I love food. So I went to school for culinary for a year. I didn't like it. I hated it. It wasn't for me. The reason being is that there was no Indigenous representation. There was nothing that I could relate to. It was of a different culture that I had no knowledge on. 10 years later, me and my wife packed up our bags and drove out west. Landed here in Edmonton, Alberta. There's so much green space. Our yard is just overgrown with weeds and flowers. Whenever I forage, even in the city, like, brings me back to that land. And you gotta respect urban land, but also rural land, untouched land. You gotta respect it all, and being able to relate to specific things that I can harvest really helps me ground myself, because Indigenous people, we really talk about where we're from, right? We have that connection to that area. So for me, being out here in Treaty 6 territory, I consider myself a visitor still. We have pretty cool events that happen twice a year. We have an I Am Collective, which is an Indigenous artisan market. People are becoming more aware. Just seeing the presence of how populated that night market gets and how it features different artisans, even from the States. All the artisans are Indigenous people from across Canada. And now it's over 100 members. And every market, they all sell out, which is a good thing. So the Whiskey Jack Art House, they invited us to build a kitchen. Pei Pei Chei Ow is a catering company. It was a name that was given to me by my grandfather, Louis Shishish. It pays respect to my family and where I'm from. Pei Pei Chei Ow wouldn't have been what it is without my wife. She's my partner in crime. And Yaroslava, she's the greatest gift ever. She's our daughter. In her 2.5 years of life, she has taught me so much already. I want her to respect food. I think all food has a purpose. Pei Pei Chei Ow has given me that free will to cook whatever I want, tell my story, but also I get to share education about politics and history that a lot of settlers don't know. Our food economy, our food ways, the way we're going right now is not sustainable. So we go to the farmers market on Saturdays and pick up our produce, and we source our meat from Popovich. Pei Pei Chei Ow is not only educating people, but it's also creating jobs for Indigenous people to really close that economic gap in the Indigenous community, because we're very underrepresented. Where I am now with all my experience, my 15 years of cooking in the restaurant industry, we're building that foundation to be a teepee, and I think that's beautiful, because Indigenous cuisine has been interrupted I hope one day to become a mentor so I can pass down the knowledge that I've learned and teach other Indigenous chefs about what food sovereignty is so that they don't have to start out from zero. I'm proud just being an Indigenous man. The values that have been instilled into me from a kid to now. I'm proud of my family, where I come from. Indigenous foodways is our culture, it's our way of life. We're slowly relearning everything that we've lost. It's about food sovereignty, it's about respect, the amounts you harvest. It's all these teachings that were instilled into us, that our grandparents told us, that our parents told us. It makes us really unique as Indigenous people. I'm just an Indigenous chef exploring my food, my culture, reliving stories. Because that relationship to food is very powerful, right? You're feeding people. And when you feed people, you're nourishing them. And I really believe now that that energy transfers into your food. We're healers. The food chefs cook, it's medicinal.